Okay, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special edition of Coaching Fundamentals Live. We're here with Sally of Akbar Sheikh Media. We have a super awesome topic today, one that's near and dear to my heart, and that is non-for-profits. And here's the problem. Non-for-profits are pretty good. It's a good idea, okay? We're helping people out, this and that. Here's the problem. They're severely underfunded. You know, they say the cobbler wears no shoes. All these not-for-profits are doing great things, but their number one issue, they're always running around, all due respect, like kind of like a, should I say it like a chicken with no head? I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of times. Mass majority of nonprofits, goodwill, good hearts, good intentions, unfortunately, no hardcore tangible strategy. That's,
Yeah. So they're running around, like a chicken with no head on, trying to get money. The problem is that as a business coach myself, a not-for-profit's core focus is philanthropy, to improve the quality of mankind. But when you're taking a lot of that focus, energy, resources, and shifting it towards collecting cash, which is a full-time job, that takes away effort from the main objective. Yes, we have departments, this and that, but the smaller non-for-profits, it's not like they got 1 million employees, okay? So this is the problem. We have Suleman here who specializes in helping non-for-profits make it rain, collect a lot of revenue. He's helped non-for-profits collect millions of dollars over his illustrious career. Anyway, I'm going on a ranting, but I really want to introduce Suleman. Suleman, welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, thank you for having me, Akbar. I really do appreciate it. And I love the work that you, by the way, do with non-for-profits. Your whole motto of making more and giving more. I mean, it's changing lives. It's amplifying voices. And by the way, I don't say giving voices because we're not in that place. So that's big on me. But FYI, we're amplifying a lot of voices around the world. Widows, the elderly, women empowerment projects, building wells. So I work with a non-for-profit, a major one, I would think, a faith-based one. And what I did for them was fund development. Really, when I jumped on board in 2014, which was a major time in my life, my mom had passed away. I just got married. I just started a new career. All those, you remember that perhaps, right? All those three things happening within like a 30-day period, by the way. But jumping into that, my job was to solicit funds, point blank, and it wasn't even online. It was to go to institutions, whether they're churches, mosques, student groups, market events, have 300 to 500 people coming to the events, holding the events. I mean, like you said, like people in nonprofit, they run like a chicken without a head, legit. Like when I first started, and I did this for like 3.5 years from when I first started, I put the events together. I marketed the events. I did the fundraising. I did the presentation. I talked to the venue. I negotiated the venues to hold the events. I mean, anything you can think of. It was like
Did you do the plumbing?
I was asked a few times, but they couldn't afford me. And also, I wasn't a part of the union. So I did all of these things, and there was no real major division of labor. There was no division of labor, and that can be catastrophic at many times. But any entrepreneur knows that you got to kind of pretty much wear every hat for a little while especially when you first start off. So that's kind of like the setting that I was in. And what I did was I learned the craft. I'll be honest with you. I had two mentors. One was Waleed Jabbar. The other was Yusuf Abdullah. Yusuf is by far one of the best fundraisers I've ever seen in my entire life. I've seen a lot of fundraisers. I mean, the fundraisers were raising their hand giving. This is how good he was. Waleed also learned from him. I learned from Waleed, who learned from him. And then I learned some tricks from Yusuf and so on and so forth. So I started developing this craft and raising money offline specifically. And, it took some time. The first 9 months were really tough. I mean, we're talking 60-hour weeks, just getting married. I didn't even have my own place. To be honest, I was living with family because of that particular situation. And then finally I lifted off and I said, whatever. And then next thing you know, my wife, we're having a kid. And so we get a place and all that stuff. But nonetheless,
Sorry? And then you find out she doesn't like you.
Yeah, I found out she doesn't like me. She's been trying to kill me ever since we got married. I've just been getting away with it. I'm just immune to all the poison. No, but all of this stuff happening, and then learning the craft of asking people how to solicit to people, learning how to do copy, appeal emails. Like, it was all of this stuff happening, and it was pushed into the fire. I didn't know joining the organization I would have to do that. So a lot of times when you join nonprofits, the real world is they don't tell you everything, and a lot of times it's because they don't know what to tell you.
Right.
They're just trying to put things together. That's the unfortunate reality.
A lot of different hats.
A lot of different hats.
Yeah. By the way, if you're here, you have a question for Suleman. He's raised millions of dollars for not-for-profits domestically here in America. If you have any questions at all, we'll put Suleman on the spot. You just put it right here in the comments. And what do you call it? What do the cool kids say? Smash the heart button if you like philanthropy, if you like improving the quality of your fellow mankind. Sorry, Sally, go ahead.
Yeah. So with all of that happening, within 6 years, I was able to raise $7 million. Now, after the first 3 years,
$7 million, folks, not too shabby.
Yeah, not too bad, right? Thank God. It was all because of the goodwill, the good intention, and strategizing collectively. I'm a firm believer, by the way, if you take a step in the right direction, and I'm a God-fearing person, your God will take 2, 3 steps, 4 steps, whatever needed to help you. Because the whole thing with me, and I use this as a fundraising pitch, and this has always worked, and this is a faith-based thing, but I always said, we were given a pair of eyes, a pair of ears, a pair of lips. These are tools. These are tools. Let's use them for the right cause. Let's use them for what really matters. And I believe we're here as it's a test. It's a beautiful test because it's free will. We're humans, we're not angels. Angels have to follow directions. Humans listen to them, and they have the option of following them. So that was one of my major fundraising pitches, awakening that part within the human, within people, and I found a lot of human poetry within that, and people resonated with that. And with that philosophy, I was able to raise that amount of money. Okay. There's a lot more people who also raise that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money. You're talking $7 million. There's some non-for-profits watching here, okay, and they're drooling, and for the right reasons. Because the more revenue means more impact, right? Whatever their cause is, whatever it is. Right now, there's a lot of people helping out the animals, for God's sakes. First of all, to be honest, with all due respect, I don't mean it negatively, but in other words, it's a hard number to swallow. 500 million, apparently 500 million animals have died in the Australian fires. So I know a lot of people collecting money for that. But there's all types of different not-for-profits. What is it? What are the statistics? What is it? Here's my guess. You probably know. I'm going to guess 95% of them are underfunded.
I would say probably close to 99% of them. So a really quick thing. Yeah, the real world numbers, and I'll tell you why. So what happens is it's not just underfunding why they go down. It's really the lack of, number one, all full-on support, and it's not just money. Money is like the major cause of it, but it's because of the structure. So a lot of organizations break down, go out of business, so to say, within the first 3 years. They do. And that's because mainly they don't have the infrastructure to really bring in the funds or to do the proper division of labor to get properly organized.
What are they doing wrong? Why are they not? Why? This is pathetic. I mean, listen, I'll be honest with you. It's kind of true in business too, actually. 90, I don't know the exact number, but 90 some odd % of people are not making enough money. Okay, businesses. They're fun I'll tell you, in my world, all the people we've helped hit 7 figures and beyond, the fundamentals are broken. So that's the problem we see when we coach businesses. But why is it that 99% of non-for-profits are underfunded?
Okay, so I want to be clear about one thing, very, very clear about one thing here. Running a nonprofit is just as hard or harder than running a full-blown business.
Absolutely.
A lot of times when you're running a business, you have to know exactly what you need to do. You have to lay the plan out. pure and simple. You really do. Of course, there's more to it. We don't have the time to get into that, but that's the general gist. The same goes for nonprofits. When someone opens up a nonprofit, again, I want to be clear, goodwill, good intentions. They've got a lot of ideas. They're not able to implement them because they're trying to do everything. They're trying to put all the hats on. They're trying to put all the hats on, just like in business. And you popularly say, if it's something that you don't do, or outsource it, basically, right? So it's the same.
Outsource the rest.
Yes, and the problem is that folks with nonprofits don't do that. They get boggled down with even filing for the proper 501c3. It's easy to do, but they try to do it themselves and they get lost and they give up and they raised up money. There's a lot of stories like that. I worked with there's an organization, I'm not going to name names, that wanted to give my organization close to $10 million. The organization I was with refused the money. The reason that we had to refuse the money is because that other organization that raised the $10 million raised it on the pretenses for projects that no one can implement. Okay? So legally speaking, we can't take the money. Okay? So we had to refuse it. And
I have another question. I have another question. Now, it's frustrating to me. I keep going to this. There's this nice grocery store. They have nice food. I go there. 99% of the time, I'm paying with a card anyway. But sometimes, I don't know. Somehow, I have $20 on me, and I pay them, and they give me change. What am I going to do with the change? I'm going to put it in my pocket. It's going to fall out when I sit. It jingles. It's dirty. I have no interest in this change. So I'm looking for, all due respect, but I'm looking at, I'm looking for on their counter. I'm looking for a little charity box. I'm like, you got to look. They said no. I said, man, come on, just put something here. Nobody wants change. Like, put it here. You're going to create a lot of good. And these guys, they're pushing a lot of business, but a lot of these guys don't have that. Why is that?
Well, first off, I got to say, your change can actually make that change. Not to sound corny,
I
have to say it, but it's true. It is so true. A lot of them don't have it is because they're not reached out by nonprofits. And this is something that any nonprofit that's listening to this right now, you should really listen to this. I was at ShopRite yesterday and they have these $1, $3, or $5 coupon thingies, okay? You take it, you buzz it. Every time I'm there, I'm grabbing one, definitely, okay? That's just me. I always pay by card. I don't even carry cash, to be honest with you. But
you carry at least 20 on you.
Well, I didn't want to say it. I keep it in my wallet. My dad used to do that as an emergency thing. Okay. Yeah. So
what do you mean you didn't want to say? What do you think? Someone's gonna rob you?
You never know. But
find this man. He's got $20.
I'm in Jersey.
This thing's in Jersey.
No problem. But the main thing is that no one is reaching out to them, so they don't have an incentive. There are certain businesses that are more active. Just the other day, for one of my clients, someone reached out to us. It's a restaurant. They have this giving. It was for giving, not for Giving Tuesday. It was for a month of giving. And so what they do is they take 1% of their proceeds and they choose a charity of who they want to give it to, so on and so forth. It's fantastic that they're being proactive about it. Okay, because the entrepreneur, the owner there maybe comes from your philosophy and wants to do it. But a lot of businesses want to help. They just don't know how. They can't figure out how to reach out to certain people or so on and so forth. So it's our job as folks from the nonprofit world to reach out to them. It's really simple. You just get their email. You put together your formatted email with your logo, your business information, show them that you're legitimate, that you care. And you send it to them. Send it to any business.
Business is for the taking. Business is for the taking. Profit, not for profit. Let me tell you something. I've never met a successful person. Generally speaking, successful people, they don't hate. I'm just giving you an example. Generally speaking, successful people are givers. Generally speaking, I'm speaking statistically, by the way. So business owners. Now, there's a lot of people who don't even know how to run a business. They're going to go out of business. But serious business owners, and these guys are givers. The majority of them are. Like you said, they want to help, but no one is raising their hand and saying, this is how you can help. They're not having people come up to them with boxes, say, hey, help us out. Or here's a software. So if you ring somebody up and it's $17.96, they can round up for 4 cents.
Yeah.
By the way, that happened to me at the museum. I was at the museum. I bought my kid something. He's like, hey, would you like to round it up? And that will go donate. We'll go to the museum. I'm like, sure. It was like a few cents. What am I gonna say? No, in front of a line. I mean, I don't even care if there's a line of people, but generally people, just think about the psychology. There's a line of people. Someone says, hey, do you want to donate 4 cents? No. Like, you'd be the world's biggest douche to say no in front of like everyone. Like, even if nobody was there, it's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Because it's an opportunity to give. It's 4 cents. What the hell? Like, of course, yeah, take it. You know what I mean? So it's like there's so much opportunity.
There's a lot of opportunity because a lot of creative ideas. But even reaching out through email, it's just starting off. If you're a small organization, if you don't have the platform, you don't have the softwares, there are organizations, there are companies that you can reach out to that assist you with those roundup methods. I know that IRUSA, the organization I was with, as I was exiting, they were starting that sort of thing along with their app. There's a lot of things. There's another organization I got to mention called Paid Meals, and what this does is like you're if you go out and you get yourself a hot dog or a burger or like whatever meal at Chipotle or Burger King or wherever you want to go, Subway. What this app does is something similar to this, is that you can buy an additional sandwich and donate that sandwich to someone in need. There's a lot of creative ways to do things, and that's one of the things that Purple Sheik Media does. Is we're helping you strategize with these creative ways to get all of that sort of value, and also helping you with crowdfunding and other ways to raise funds.
I want to get into that now, right? So Purple Sheik Media is your company, right? And look, listen, basically, Sally, he raised $7 million. He's helped people raise $7 million in non-for-profit. Now he's branched out on his own, and you are now from a social. You're basically a social. Well, listen, I want you to explain to people, how do you, Purple Sheik Media, help non-for-profits get a lot of funding?
Through the way it ought to be right now. So if you're a nonprofit, especially just opening up in the past 5 years, you should only be focusing on 2 things. One of them is creating your virtual real estate digitally, number 1. Number 2 is grants. I take care of number 1. That's what I do. I'm building you a virtual real estate, an online, like Taj Mahal, if you so to say, helping you develop a proper website with funnels, creating a proper Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, which is all of those, specifically those outlets that you need as a nonprofit, giving you hyper-targeted engagement, getting you followers that are really actually potential donors through targeted marketing, coaching you on how to do video content. Even in some packages, I'm offering video content, customized content from my end and my team that can go on your media, be used as an ad to raise tens of thousands, if not possibly millions of dollars. It's a whole kit and caboodle digitally of how to raise money. You can go from 0 to 6 figures through Purple Sheik Media, or from 6 to 7. I've figured out the method. I've drawn it all out. I'll hear you out. I do an hour consultation. Actually, I usually do half an hour. Anyone, from this, because you're on Akbar's thing, no problem. It's an hour consultation, whatever. Walk you through whatever you need to understand so we could proceed. And we'll see if we're a good fit, But nonetheless, the bottom line is making sure that you guys are getting value. Because if you guys are getting value, we're talking about changing thousands and thousands of lives, and there's a domino effect to it. And I'll tell you one thing. The best thing that I did, it's more than money, more than anything, and money is not everything. One of the best times, but the best feelings I've ever had in my entire life is when I walked out of a room sponsoring close to 50 orphans.
Yeah. No, that is
legit.
Really.
Legit.
Sally, and is the head of Purple Sheik Media, and he is very well equipped to help not-for-profits raise, come up with automations, systems. You see, let's just be clear here. Let's just look at fundamentals. Let's look at problems and solutions. Here's the problems with not-for-profits. They don't have the right funnels. They don't have the right social media. They don't have the right social media content. They don't have the right social media strategy. They don't even have one. They don't know what they're doing. It's
overall digital media.
digital
Because a lot of what I do is creating copy for mass emails and crowdfunding pages with specific keywords involved in them. So that's where that money comes in, by the way. A lot of it
really acts, Purple Sheik Media really acts like a marketing company for non-for-profits. Okay. Now what's interesting is the credibility they have is twofold. Number one is actually, of course, someone's raised, multiple millions of dollars for non-for-profits here in America. And also, what he didn't tell you is that he has a background in film. So he understands film from a professional point of view. So he goes and he knows how to direct, storyboard, cinematography, the whole nuances of it to create a quality production. So he's very, very obviously very well qualified, helping a lot of people. He's in New Jersey, by the way, dirty Jersey.
I love a Jersey. I'll never move. Or at least that's what I'm saying right now.
Yeah. So listen, man, where are there any I got to ask you a couple last questions here. Are there any kind of last thoughts that you have that you want people to know, that you want non-for-profits to know that are struggling to raise capital? Any tips or last thoughts or anything you want to tell them?
Yeah. Stop struggling. Stop struggling. You do have a choice. Contact me. Let's talk. Let's hear the strategy. I'm not going to chase your business. I'm not going to chase after it. If I can be of benefit, I will tell you. If it's something where I can literally just give you a small consultation, you start doing certain things and later on decide to call me, that's also fantastic. I want to help. Like I said, the best feeling in the world for me was when I sponsored 50 orphans before I walked out of a venue. The best feeling.
Yeah, no.
And I always get, I'll survive. I'm good. I'm not chasing it. It comes to me. That's fine. If you're struggling, please stop struggling on behalf of your beneficiaries.
I love it.
Let's talk. And
if you're struggling, you don't have to. There's reasons why you're struggling. There's fundamental content-based reasons you're struggling. And that's where Purple Sheik Media comes in. And what he's offering is a free consultation to talk to do an audit of your online strategy, your crowdfunding strategy, your social media strategy, or lack of.
It's not it.
And kind of, maybe talk a plan out. Maybe he can help you, maybe he can't, but at least he's going to give you some advice. Someone who's done millions and millions and millions of dollars, has a background in film, highly qualified person. Listen, I can I know the guy. All right. He's actually my cousin. We grew up together, which is why we do this. My best friend grew up together since we were basically born. So I know the guy. I've seen him go through all this. I've seen him collect the millions. I've seen him go through the film. Matter of fact, we made a movie together called Cafeteen back in the day. So
it's R-rated, folks. It's R-rated.
It's R-rated.
In fact, you have to sign a waiver if you want to see this one.
It is rated R. It's about two guys who smoke a lot and drink a lot of coffee in a diner.
Hence the name Cafeteen.
That's the name Cafeteen. Well, that made me lose my train of thought. But, the bottom line is if you're a non-for-profit who's struggling to get capital, listen, nothing will make us happier in the world than to help you get more capital. So in essence, in the truest form, you can make more so you can give more. So Sally, give us a website or something they can go get a free consultation. Do you have a website?
No, it's very simple. I work very simple. I only take 3 to 4 clients on a monthly basis. Right now I have a slot for 2 more. So I put my handle right there at Purple Sheik Media on Instagram. Very simple. Send me a DM. I will send you whatever resources that you need.
What if they don't have Instagram?
Facebook, the same thing. My Purple Sheik Media at gmail.com. It's very simple. My number 8
at gmail.com. Just email him or DM him on Insta. Is that what the cool kids say? They say Insta, right? They don't say Insta.
Well, neither one of us is cool, so we shouldn't say it.
I don't know.
But here. On Facebook as well, just send a message to Akbar. He'll forward it. He'll forward the message to me. 848-448-3010.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, look at that. How's that? Giving out your number. How do you like that? That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you, man, being here. I don't really do a lot of these things, but I know, that there's a lot of not-for-profits struggling. I know you can help them. So I was very happy and honored to kind of put the word out there. And thanks, man. Any final closing thoughts? We'll ask you our final question that we like to ask, and that is, if this was your last message to humanity and you were never heard from ever again, what would that last message be?
Please forgive me.
No, I meant more so like from like an advice point of view.
Please forgive me.
I mean, like,
my last message, keep serving the servants of God.
Keep serving the servants of God. Wow. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Guys, make more, give more. Thank you so much, Sally. Really appreciate you. We got to run, unfortunately. Hope everyone enjoyed this. Hope everyone got some value from this. And man,
thank you.
Beautiful day. Nothing but peace and love for everyone. God bless.
Yep. I'll see you at Funnel Hacking Live.
Oh yeah, so it's gonna be a Sally Funnel Hacking Live. Me and Sally are gonna go, and our other boy Aldo. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Drop us a note, and we'll hang out. All right, y'all. All right. Peace.
Peace.